Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Enchanted Hollows Season 2. I know it's been a while since the last upload, in fact it's been a while since I last uploaded anything. But I've been falling really ill recently. I think I've had about 2-3 weeks of just being really ill. So I do apologise, but we are back, we're back on the grind, we're back making content again, woo! And most importantly, we're back on Enchanted Hollows. But I have done a stream on Enchanted Hollows since the last episode, so I have played, I have done a lot of work on it. I've shown you guys a little bit of the work that I've done, but for those of you that weren't here, we built this farmhouse. And between the last stream and now, I also, well, I'm bad at my job, apparently, because I decided to do this. I added some lampposts, I added the path, and I made the path look a little bit better. So I have been doing some serious work off camera. I know I shouldn't, but I did. But then again, I guess that comes with being bad at your job. So we have some lampposts. I'm going to be dotting these around this area because they're super important. We have the beginnings of a farm. It's not much yet, but it'll be bigger. But now for what I'm going to be doing in today's episode. The predominant amount of this episode is going to be building a little farm that's going to go here. Because, well, this section is the farming section. And there's going to be 3 farms here. So there's going to be that one there, which we already have. That's a chicken coop. There's going to be that one there, which is going to be the wheat farm. Now, I'm going to need to do some terraforming here. I want a very steep vertical cliff. But I want the build up to it to be a little bit smoother. So at the moment that's very sort of steep there, and I don't want that bit steep. I want that bit to be nice and sort of smooth, and I want it to get steep about there kind of thing. So all of this is going to be terraformed basically. And then the other one is down here. Excuse me? What do you want? You want to sell me poppies? Anyways, where was I? And then this bit here, I'm going to do a little bit of terraforming around it, but this bit's going to be the carrot farm. So we are going to work on that next episode. So we'll do the carrot farm next episode. And this episode, we're going to do this. We're going to do the wheat farm. And the reason why I'm splitting them up into episodes is because I kind of want to take this slow. I don't want to rush it. I don't want to get it wrong. And I want to give each different section of the mega base the time it deserves. I think I went a bit too far with the tree. Not that it was too big. I think it's actually about the right size. But I tried to do too much in one go. And that was my problem. So I've narrowed it down. We're going to do this house here. We're going to do this house here. I think I'm going to do the rest of the tree off camera. So I'll work on that passively off camera. I don't really think you guys care too much about cylinder tree over there anymore. So we'll do that off camera. But for the most part, it should be a good little episode. So I guess let's just begin by showing you guys what I've been doing, and also we should probably put our armor on because it's quite dangerous over here. So I've done some grinding, gathered some spruce logs. There is I don't know if you can see it very easily from down here. Let's head up here and I'll show you. But there is very much the remains of a spruce forest up here. I have, to say been over here would be an understatement. This entire area was a forest and it's just gone. It's all gone. I arrived and it is gone. There was a fox stood there, an Arctic fox just stood there watching me, and I'm like, I just stole your house. But yeah, so this is what we have to work with. I'm going to build something very similar to that. It's not going to be a one-to-one recreation because I do want it to be different. I do want it to be a little bit more unique. First, we should get to the terraforming because it's super important. So, without further ado, I think this is a good time for a time lapse. Here we go. Okay, Editor Duck here. I have discovered something whilst I was editing this video, and it's kind of affected the video at the beginning, but it's going to affect it a little bit more later on. For some reason, and I can't figure out why this happens, but for some reason, every time that I use or go near tilled ground, so farmland, the bitrate goes really bad. Like, the bitrate just goes terrible. So I do apologise for that, and I'm trying to figure out a fix for it. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye. We've done a bit of terraforming. Now, I'm not very good at terraforming. Good English, should we? So I'm not actually that good at terraforming. It's like my weak point when it comes to building. Now, I'm not claiming to be good at building, but I'm alright at it. And terraforming is definitely my weakest point. Do I have any wood in here? Oh, or maybe storage. Storage is a definite weak point as well. Let's add some more chests, shall we? Okay, so now I guess we should just begin on the actual build. So I'm going to lay out a quick area, and I'm actually going to have to get rid of this. Grab this, and this we're going to use to lay out our area. So this is going to be sort of the foundation of the house. So I want a 1 block center, so we'll probably have this as a central block. And it's going to come this way, I think. Yeah, and then I'm going to bring it along. Yeah, that seems good. So I'm not counting this. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, trying to make it look good. Bring it back a little bit more. We'll bring it to probably about here. I don't know, this is good. So this sits quite nicely here. I think that lines up nice. Yes, it does. That's good. Just quickly add some lights over here. Okay, so from here, it creates kind of like an L shape kind of thing. However, I am quite happy in that this bit exists because I wanted to do it so that there was a little bit of this house that juts into the sort of mountain face. And that will be important because I'm going to use this building to not only be where I store my wheat, and that little bit there is going to be where I store cows, because cows are super useful. But it's also going to be an entrance to my mine. Now, you may know that I have the mine over here. I don't know why I went this way around. I have that as the current entrance to mine, but that is going to be covered up because I'm going to be doing a river going over it. So it doesn't make any sense for that to be there. So we're going to use this as the entrance to the mine. And I'm trying, and the keyword here is trying, to add a story to my build. So I haven't put the sign in yet, but that's the MacLeod family farm. So this is the MacLeod family farm. I'll add a sign later. And then this is going to be the Branstead family farm. Now, these are characters in the world. They don't actually exist. They're not real people. They're not enchanted or anything. They're just characters I wanted in my world. And I think it's going to add a little bit of sort of extra to the world. Now, we're on Bedrock Edition, so I can't add them as NPCs using the Armorstand mod that, like, for example, the Hermits use, because we don't have access to that. So you guys are just going to have to pretend that these guys exist. But I'm going to try and add signs of life. So I'll be doing interior and exterior to this building, probably in 2 episodes' time once we've got that farm over there done. Because yeah, it makes sense. But enough about the 2 families and their different things. I will explain their story once I get around to adding their story. But for now, just know that this is going to be the entrance to the mine. This bit here is going to be where we stock cows, and this is going to be the actual house. Pretty simple stuff. And then what we'll do, we'll grab the spruce logs. I'm not a fan. I don't usually use the same wood type as the log type I'm using, but I think spruce is the exception to the ruling in that they tend to look out of place. Like that there is fine, because that's like, that is just oak, but oak is an alright wood texture by itself. What have I done this for? I don't need this bit here, because this is where the cows are going to be held. Oh god, the chest is already in the way. Well, oh, I'm a little bit upset. I was kind of hoping that would like pop and go all angry at me. Ooh, I had some spare oak left over, right? I need to come up with a good floor design for inside the house, but that can be a later me problem. For now, we'll just, I don't know, we'll lob spruce planks in for now. Lovely stuff. Okay, right. There's going to be a staircase sort of in the center of the house with stuff going on behind it, because I I actually really like that idea. I think it's an interesting design. So you come into the house. We'll pretend there's a door here. You come in, and I kind of want the staircase to sort of immediately be in your face. It's like, hey, the staircase. Because I want this to feel cluttered. I want this house to feel very sort of, oh, that's not what belongs there. This is going to lend itself really nice to having lanterns, I think, which is always fun because I absolutely love lanterns. They're just super bloody expensive, which I don't like so much. Seriously, Mojang, please reduce the price, like the cost of lanterns. They're so expensive, and they're not even like they're such a useful building block, but they're definitely not worth the amount that it costs to craft them. Lovely jubbly. Okay, there'll be fencing going along there, but I don't currently. Do I have any in this section? I do. Not enough, but I do. Maybe I'll add a door here. Yeah, we'll add a door there. Like a secondary entrance to the house that allows them to get to the cows, but I don't want them to be able to go straight like that way. I said them as though anyone else is ever going to live here. This is entirely for me. I'm quite enjoying the idea of having characters that, like, they don't literally live in the world, but the idea that there is people and that this thing exists. I did contemplate using spruce trapdoors actually, but I don't know how that would look. I feel like they're very boxy. Why do I have these ideas? Why would I do that? Why don't I dislike that? Okay, I don't think we're going to go with it, but that is certainly an interesting thing to consider. We'll probably use that as walls inside the house. I'm always running out of blocks. This is a problem. I think we'll probably go there. Because then you don't hit your head. Oh, do you hit your head? Ooh, it looks close. I don't like how much block you get in your face. Okay. Now what we need to do. Going along here. This is going to be sort of like they've added an extension to the house. So they had that little area for the cows, and they added this extension on. I feel like that's going to look pretty good. I don't think we're going to have room for windows particularly on the first floor. The second floor is going to have them, but I don't because this is going to be built in. So there's going to be a bit here. This is looking out into the tree. Now, the tree came first. So the tree was here, and then the farmers came here. So it wouldn't make sense to have windows here. The front, I don't know. I don't think the front needs them, and I don't think it can have them even if I wanted to have them. And that side's the cows. So I actually don't think we're going to have trees. Not trees, windows here. But we are going to have a door. So. And then the second floor. Same design as previously. Only difference is this time, it continues. Like that. So now it is actually that shit. Okay, this area isn't massively useful. This area is the main area that's going to prove useful. So we're going to add... I like the idea of having this be the wall. That's such a nice wall, and then you have the door there. So this is going to be a bedroom. There's going to be, as I said, 2 floors. Now, I realize that doesn't make much sense, because Americans, they refer to the ground floor as floor 1, and then what we in Britain call the first floor as the second floor. That's ground, this is first, so there'll be another floor on top of this. Hopefully it doesn't make that look smaller. But yeah, so there's going to be another floor here. Like so. Let's get this floor in. And I think I'm probably going to have a window here. And this is where the beds are going to be, so I'm not going to have a window on that wall. But then, maybe we have... No, it wouldn't make sense to have a window there. And then this bit is actually going to have a window here. So this bit's going to be a window. Oh, god damn it, I ran out of blooming planks again. There'll be a window there. And a window there. Okay. Not bad. We go one more up on all of these, because this doesn't really have to be a particularly large structure. I mean, it's just a farmhouse. With the mine attached to it. That's all this is. So it doesn't have to be a massive build. Let's go along and add in all of these. No, I need to go one more up. Honestly, it's an easy mistake to make. Especially when you don't step back and like take a look at what you've built. Which is a thing that I tend to do. I tend to forget to do that. But you should always take a step back and look at what you've built to make sure that it looks good, for one. And to make sure it looks like what you want it to look like. Because otherwise you end up in a situation where you have what I just had, where stuff was not in the right spot, or sometimes you'll have it so that stuff's slightly out of proportion. Like, my big fear is that this is going to make the tree look small by being right next to it, which would be an absolute horror show. Because the tree is the main central point of the mega base. Like, it is the thing. The big thing. Maybe outside of the wall that I'm going to do on the outside, but we haven't even started that yet. So. Okay, so we need to go one more up with these. This area is actually starting to come together, and I'm so happy about that. Like, it's actually starting to look like stuff is happening, as opposed to it just being sort of an open field. I am going to move the nether portal. Now, I think I'll do that back end of this episode, and hopefully not get stranded in the nether. Because if that happens, we have a big problem. In that none of the other Enchanted are currently able to play, so would prove a big problem. This is my application to Hermitcraft. This build, this is my application. Hermits, if you see this, which you definitely will not, but if you see this, this is my application. That's a nice wall. It's an openable wall too. This is going to be the bedroom. And the reason I do that sometimes, but I don't typically do an entire like room of it. But the reason I typically do that is because it does just bring the build sort of like to life by making it a little more open. A lot of the time, I find that my builds feel really enclosed, especially on the inside. So that, what I've done there, does just bring it sort of to life a little bit. How far up the tree? We're like halfway up the tree. The tree's tiny. That's like 30 or 40 stacks of wood, and it looks tiny now. Well, maybe it doesn't look tiny. Maybe the house... So one of two things is going to happen here. One, the house is going to look huge. Or the house is going to look normal, and the tree is going to look tiny. We'll take a step back and we'll have a look. I'm hoping that this doesn't make the tree look small. Please don't make the tree look small. Otherwise I'm going to have to add to the tree. Boom. Honestly, we're going to do the roof there. So that's going to be the roof, because that's going to be an attic room. So we're going to do the roof. So honestly, I think the tree looks bigger now. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Does the tree look bigger, or does it look smaller? I'm realizing now just how many staircases this is going to take. And the answer is a lot more than I have. Let's grab some of these. Please give us a woodworking bench, Mojang. A bit like the stone cutter. But to make crafting wooden stairs and slabs and stuff a lot less painful, because at the moment, that just hurt my soul. That hurt my soul a lot. Okay, so whilst we just plod along with this and just kind of get this roof done, I would like to say a massive thank you for the growth the channel has seen recently. Like, it is mind-blowing. I know we're only at, well, I say we're only, for me, this is a massive number, and I'm absolutely amazed that we've made it this far. But we are only at 480 subscribers, but honestly, thank you guys so much. It does mean the world to me. The support that the channel has been getting, especially recently. Like, you guys are absolutely awesome, so genuinely a massive thank you. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I know that a lot of people don't make it to the end of the video. Which is fair, I can get that. My voice, probably not the most amazing thing to listen to. Especially if you're using this as primary audio, which is why I do tend to make my videos sort of more background audio friendly. But again, I do genuinely mean it. Like, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And I do dream of making this a career someday. I'm not massively focusing making it my career, because at the end of the day, I'm doing it for enjoyment at the moment. But it would be a dream come true. And I know it sounds incredibly cheesy, and I get that. You know, I'm a fully grown man, and I'm saying I want to do YouTube for my career. So I do get that that sounds a little bit cheesy. But genuinely, guys, thank you so much. Like, even now, we are very quickly heading on a track to making that dream of mine a reality, and making it possible. So I do just genuinely thank you. You guys are awesome. I'm so lost for words. Like, every stream there's people who shout out. And at the end of the day, I'm a YouTuber. I enjoy streaming, but it's not why I make content. I make content because I enjoy making videos. And that's why I'm doing this right now. Because I love doing this, but it's very time consuming, and that's why I don't upload as often as I stream. Because at the end of the day, streaming is less time consuming. You know, streaming, it's as simple as just going, oh, hey, I'm going to play this video game. You guys could watch it whilst I play it if you wish. It's a lot easier and a lot less time consuming than physically sitting down, dedicating, in the case of this video, a little bit over an hour of my life to making that video possible. But yeah. So, rant aside, thank you. You guys are awesome. But I actually think we're nearly done. So let's hop back into it, shall we? And maybe get some finishing touches done on this build. So, as with the other build, interior is going to come later. So, interior will be a not now me problem. But there is currently a pressing now me problem. And that is, well, twofold. One, I haven't done the mine. We're going to quickly hit that up. We're going to get that done. And two, I haven't stepped back to look at what this looks like. So, hopefully, this looks as good as my head is envisioning it. Whether it actually does or not. Hey! Let me out! Let me out! Okay. Whether it does or not is the question. Boom! Honestly, I quite like it. That's quite a nice little house. I'm going to go along and I'm going to add some ups and downstairs. That's definitely something that's lacking. Is just that little bit of texture. A little bit of sort of a different feel. So we'll add that there. How does that look? Ooh, idea. How does that look? If we have that running along. I like that. Yep, we're going to do that. There's some finishing touches. At the end of the day, this isn't like... This is just some added little bits to the build that I think will really bring it to life and really give it that design. Because I don't want to just add lanterns to everything. Lanterns are such a cheat sheet like item in in Minecraft. Like, you get yourself some lanterns, and you've just got such an easy both texture and design addition to whatever it is you're building. Lanterns are so useful, but I do think that they get overused a little bit. Even in my builds, I overuse them a lot. Oh yeah, that is adding so much design to this build. I'm liking that a lot of the work I'm doing here is using this one color palette, because a lot of the time, if you watch building tutorials, they will say avoid using the same color palette at all times. And honestly, really sound advice. Do that. But I do think it's nice to sometimes try and make that single color palette work. And this is, well, it's not necessarily a single color palette, but it is predominantly one color. You know, it's sort of that dark brown kind of thing. But I do genuinely think I've pulled this off. I think this looks good. Kind of looks like a mouth, actually. Do I like it? Oh, wait. I've realized that because of where that window is, that looks weird. I think we have to extend the window. To be fair, I quite like it. I don't dislike it, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, I like that. That's good. There's a cave underneath me, I think. But yeah, so that's the almost finished product. We just need to quickly go and grab the glass. Okay, so that is the house finished. We just need to attach it via the path. If I go over here. Oh god, I don't have any packed mud. I turned it all into mud bricks. Oh no. Okay. Well, we'll attach it here. And for now it'll just be the path blocks that we have. But it's now attached. It's now all up and running. Let's take a step back. Let's just get a full look at it sitting in the world. So we have this farm, we have the tree, and then we have the house. I like that. That is really, really good. That's brilliant. So we just need to finish off the fence little area, which we can do very quickly. That won't take us long at all. So let's quickly go and do that. Let's very quickly go and... What was the thing that I put in here? It wasn't even mud brick, it was just dirt. Okay. We'll grab this. Go in here. Do that. Do that. And do that. And then we'll also do... I'll get the cows off camera, because it's 100% not something that you guys will want to see. How does this... Yeah, it looks alright. I realize as the episode has progressed, I've steadily got less and less in my like hotbar knob. So there'll be cows in there. I almost forgot about this. Don't worry, I haven't forgot about it. Their sneaky little shed. And the reason I call it that is because from the outside it's an unsuspecting shed, but from the inside, well, this is going to be where they make their riches. So this is going to be where they go and they mine mithril. Now mithril, if you haven't encountered the Lord of the Rings before, you won't know what mithril is. But mithril is a super rare, super valuable resource in Tolkien lore, and I have directly stole it for this lore that I'm doing here. Now, we don't necessarily have fixed lore on Enchanted Hollows because, well, that's like a lot of effort. So We don't have fixed law on Enchanted Hollows, but there is law in my little kingdom. And the law is that these guys are illegally mining mithril. And that is how they have got as wealthy as they have. Because in order to... Basically, the closer to the tree you live, the more wealthy you are. Which is why a lot of farmers live here. Because farmers in this world get a lot of money. You get a lot of money for being a farmer in my kingdom. And as such, this little unsuspecting shed, which is definitely going to be a parkour hotspot if I don't sort this out. There we are. You can still get up there, but a little bit harder. I need to do this over here, don't I? Hey. Rude. No, I don't like that. That looks silly. I'll do that. Let me up. It is designed to be very cramped, that bit there, because, well, you're not really going to be going there. We already have these. Lovely. Lovely, okay. Now that's going to be their illegal mithril mine. Basically, I'm trying to add little bits of character to the builds. I think I mentioned, but I'll mention it again. I'm trying to just add, like, little bits. Like, for example, the secret illegal well, let's say secret. It's not exactly very well hidden, but the illegal mithril mine. That's a cool little thing. The two families, the wizard that lives inside the tree once I finish the tree. All of that, it's just world building that doesn't need to exist. But I want to make it exist, and I hope that you guys can get behind them existing. I hope that you guys can get behind this idea of there being these characters. Obviously not physically, because again we don't have access to the mods that would be required for that. So we're gonna do a very, very quick planting montage. There we go. So off camera, I will fully finish the wheat farm. I'm going to craft a few more iron ores. But I'm sure if we quickly run up here, you can see the general idea I'm going for. It's going to span all the way around here. It's going to be all the way along there, all along here, all the way up to this bit. So all of this area is going to be a giant wheat field with little scarecrows pointing out. And the scarecrows are going to have jack-o'-lanterns so that they can act as a light source, so that I don't have to place torches everywhere. We have our street lights, street lamps, lampposts, whatever you want to call them. We have those. I'm going to add a few more of those going along. And there'll be a few here and there'll be a few there. I'll add signs off the houses for the family names, but I'll probably do that once I've got the third one in, because I don't have a name for them yet. But yeah, so this is looking pretty good. I'm honestly pretty happy with what we have here so far. The tree I'm going to work on off camera, as I've said. But generally speaking, this is starting to feel like an actual thing. There's things here. There's structures built. The interiors will come once I finish that one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this series from this point forward into sections. So currently we are in the farming phase. So section 1 is going to be farming, in which we build the farms. So we've built 2 of them. We'll build the third one. Then in the 4th episode of the farming phase, we will decorate them. So we'll do the interiors. We'll do little bits on the outside, like chairs and stuff. So the farming phase, we have the 3 farms and their decoration. Then we'll begin the city phase, which will be where we build the walls, or maybe we'll call that the wall phase. But we'll build the walls, we'll get all of that sorted. So yeah, plenty of stuff to come. Lots for you guys to look forward to if you're enjoying Enchanted Hollows, which I certainly am. Again, I know I got a little bit sort of cheesy earlier in the episode, but genuinely a massive thank you. The growth on the channel has been absolutely exceptional. I'm so blown away by it, and I know for definite that the channel is going places. So I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see where this goes and where we go with not only Enchanted Hollows but other projects that we start on the channel. But for now, I'm going to bid you all farewell. Thank you all very much for hopping by. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for enjoying this episode if you have. Let's face it, if you've made it this far in the episode, you probably have enjoyed the episode. So, yeah, without further ado, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I've been Duck Boy. You guys have been awesome. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.